there's something all of us forget. Your camera can see things your eyes never will. I thought mine was glitching until the figure behind me kept getting closer. And when the screen finally went black, that thing didn't disappear. It stepped out. Before we begin, make sure you're alone. If you're listening in the dark, even better. This story needs quiet, stillness, because everything I'm about to tell you happened exactly as I remember it. I was sitting at my desk that night, getting ready for a late video call. The only light in the room was my small desk lamp. Behind me, the motion sensor lamp near the hallway entrance stood unlit, the hallway itself fading into darkness. It always stayed off unless something walked directly past it. I opened my phone's front camera to check my hair before joining the call. The moment the preview appeared, something was wrong. The lamp behind me was glowing in the reflection, a steady, warm light. I turned around. The lamp was off, completely off. The hallway behind it was just shadows. I turned back to the phone. The lamp in the camera was still glowing, still on, still impossible. A cold rush went through me, and I instantly closed the camera app like slamming a door. When I reopened it a moment later, the lamp was still lit in the preview. And now there was something else. A faint, tall blur near the hallway opening. Too tall, too still, too wrong. I twisted around and stared directly at the hallway. Nothing. Still. When I looked back at the screen, the blur was gone and the floor lamp was normal. That was enough. I canceled the call and went to the bathroom to wash up. While brushing my teeth, the feeling came over me. Not someone walking in, but someone quietly standing behind me. Silent. Close. My chest tightened. I turned slowly. No one. But the memory of the whole impossible lamp incident had already wound my nerves tight. I lifted my phone and opened the front camera without thinking. My breath caught. The figure was behind me, closer now, only a couple of feet behind my shoulder. I spun around, nothing, but the bathroom felt colder. I forced myself to bed, telling myself it was stress. By morning, the unease still clung to me. After freshening up, I sat back at my desk and opened the camera again out of pure, stupid curiosity. The figure was behind me again, close, still, watching. I turned. Empty room. By afternoon, I tried to force logic onto the situation, tried to believe it was digital corruption, a glitch, something fixable. But when I opened the camera again, the figure was there, like always, closer than before, and clearer than ever. The hollow pits where its eyes were forming, a long downward stretch shaping into a mouth, its head tilting slowly. That was it. I grabbed my coat and rushed to a repair shop. The technician ran diagnostics. "Hardware's fine, software's clean," he said. My voice shook as I asked him to open the camera. He opened the front camera. At first, he thought the shape behind him was dirt. He wiped the lens. The shape didn't move. He stepped left, then right. The figure stayed directly behind him, his face drained. "Let me try the back camera," he muttered. He tapped the icon and aimed the back lens toward me. The screen flickered. The figure was there, hovering close to where I stood in the shop. He looked behind me. Nothing. Looked back at the screen. The figure was now closer. He recoiled and dropped the phone onto the counter. It landed on its back, screen up. "I'm not touching that," he whispered. "That's not your phone. That's something else." My hand shook as I picked it up. The rear camera feed was still open, but the lens was pressed against the counter and showed nothing but darkness. I didn't want to lift it and see anything new. I tapped the flip icon. The view switched to the front camera. Ceiling tiles flashed across the screen before I raised it to my face. And there it was, standing directly over my shoulder. I didn't know what was real anymore. If it lived in the phone, why did I feel cold air behind me? If it lived in the room, why could I only see it through the screen? Nothing made sense anymore. That night, I packed a bag and decided to leave. I walked down the hallway to the front door, grabbed the doorknob, and the lights flickered twice before the entire building went black. The silence was suffocating. When the lights returned, my hand was still on the knob. My skin crawled. I lifted the phone with trembling fingers and opened the camera. The figure was inches behind me, its face nearly complete now, hollow eyes, stretched skin, jaw hanging impossibly low. And in that moment, clarity hit me like a physical blow. Some part of me had already seen the truth back in the technician's shop, but fear makes you deny what's right in front of you. It wasn't tied to my room or the hallway or any corner of that apartment. It was tied to me. Wherever I went, it followed. If I left the apartment, it would leave with me. If I ran, it would chase. I wasn't escaping it. I was carrying it with me. My legs wouldn't move. I backed away from the door and returned to the only place with light. I slept with the lights on, or tried to. Every time I woke up, I checked the camera, and every time the figure had moved. Near the dresser, near the corner, near the door, once directly behind the headboard, watching me sleep. Around 3 a.m, I woke to breathing, slow, wet, heavy, right behind me. I didn't turn. I opened the camera. The figure was sitting beside me on the bed. Its mouth was fully formed now, wide, torn downward. I stared, paralyzed. Then its mouth moved. Through the speaker, not the room, it whispered, "I am here." I screamed and threw the phone. It cracked against the wall. The whisper continued for 5 more seconds. When I picked it up, the screen flickered but worked. The next evening, the pressure behind me grew unbearable. I finally opened the camera. Static. Blackness. Then the feed appeared. The figure wasn't behind me, it was right next to me. Its head turned toward the lens with slow, grinding clicks, bones shifting out of place. Its eyes aimed at the phone, yet in the reflection, it felt like they were staring straight into mine, as if it could see me through the screen. It lifted a long, thin hand toward my cheek. I felt the air beside me move, cold and deliberate. The feed glitched once, twice, then the figure lunged toward the lens. The screen went black, and behind me, something touched my shoulder. When I finally turned, the room was empty. My phone lay on the floor, cracked but glowing faintly. It still works. The camera still opens, but now, when I open it, there's no figure behind me, no room behind me at all, just my face, as if the figure finally stepped out of the frame, and the camera has nothing left to show, except me.